It's time.
It's time.
Let me put
Hi.
us, hi. Let me put us on you. Yes. Let's see. Go live. Okay, we're going live on YouTube, on Instagram now. Okay,
Okay,
cool.
do.
We're live
Okay,
now.
we're live.
Yay! Happy,
Yeah,
happy.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Ginny was saying I have to do all this tech, and then she just shows up.
Yeah, I mean, poor Ellen. I mean, she does all of this prep stuff. You know, she's over here. She's getting on the lights, and she's getting, everything set up and everything. And I got to bop in and say hi.
Well, that's because you're the talent. That's how the star is.
yeah, the star.
The star
Right, the
just
star. That would
shows
be
up
me.
on set,
yeah,
and
right, sure.
just looks glamorous. Oh, I have to tell you something funny. We have hired this lovely young woman, Andrea. She's a photography student. She's getting her degree in December in photography and studio art and Spanish, and she's just lovely. And she happened by the shop, and she was like, "Are you guys hiring?" She's with her mom. And I was like, "No, we're really not." And then we started chatting, and I feel like she's got a degree in photography. Yes, this is somebody that we could use. So she's been in the shop a bunch, taking pictures of things, and I had her take some headshots for the team.
Right.
From the retreat, and then I had her take the pictures that were in the newsletter this week for Ginny and me and herself wearing the Susan shell. You know what she said to me? She said, "I could tell Ginny was a model." She said,
Well, that's very flattering.
She said, "I just put the camera up," and she just like dropped into a pose. And I was like, okay, this woman knows what she's doing.
It's not so much modeling as it is, doing community theater. And I was very lucky in that when we lived in New Hampshire, we had some professionals come in during Lyndon Johnson's regime, when he was president, and they had the Great Society thing. And so there was money that was put into bringing arts to backward areas like New Hampshire.
Kind of like the WPA.
Well, kind of like that, but it was to do arts. And so we had these people come into New Hampshire and work with our community theater group to do theater for children. And so took courses at the University of New Hampshire on directing, and under this one person who then came down, and I sort of understudied him as he was directing a children's play, which we then toured through the state of New Hampshire.
How did I not know this about you? You were married at the time.
Oh, absolutely.
You've been married your whole life.
And we had a couple of kids, but the thing was, the kids went with us. They just kind of hung out with us, and maybe they were probably, 7 and 10, something like that, maybe a little bit older than that. But at any rate, my husband was in the show, and I was
Was
sort of the
Lyndon
understudy.
Johnson president when I was 7?
Probably, given that you're around the same. No, you might have been 10. You're around the same age as my daughter. So at any rate, it was an opportunity to learn how to do some of this stuff and to be comfortable on stage, and of that kind of stuff. So
that's why you're such a natural on the camera.
Your
stomach doesn't fall.
This is entirely different than being on stage. Because my eyesight is not that great. I always said I could do anything on stage because I couldn't see the audience.
You can't see the audience here.
That's true. I can't see the audience. I know you're out there somewhere, but I can't see you. So.
Yes, you can see all the people that are there. You can see all the people.
Right,
Yep.
you can see all the people.
Speaking of people, we have lovely Barbara and Sandy and Colleen and Betty. Oh my goodness, so nice to see you guys. Thank you for commenting. And those of you who are here but are not commenting, we're happy you're here too.
Right.
So yay. So we're talking about Yarn Citizen, which is a new line of yarn from Laura Zander. So those of you who don't know Laura Zander, she is the lovely woman behind Jimmy Bean's Wool. And she's going to be with me next week, so I'm going to interview her and kind of hear her story and a little backstory on this yarn. So we won't talk too much about the backstory, but yeah, so she came up with this line of yarn, and when I heard about it, I thought, very cool. Yeah. So I thought we'd share it with you tonight because, yarn companies come up with new yarns all the time, right? But a new yarn line, and I'm not talking about a hand dyer, I'm talking about an entirely new line, right? That doesn't happen all that often.
I would guess not.
You know?
That, mostly it's kind of reiterations of something.
Yeah.
They sort of new and improved.
Right.
But, these are a little different. Right?
They are. I
So-
think they're really special.
yeah.
I think they're really special. So we just put them on the shelf today, Mary and I. I came in today and we put them on the shelf.
As I said, Ellen does all of the work, and then I just kind of.
That's not true. That is not true. I feel like that sometimes because I'm at home doing all the work and you guys are here, and I feel really bad, but we all have our roles to fill, right? We all do our thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so this yarn line has 3 different yarns in it. They are Unity.
Unity worsted.
So Unity worsted, obviously it's a worsted weight yarn,
Right.
and it's 100% merino,
Yes.
right? Isn't it merino?
It just says wool. It
Wool,
doesn't say
okay.
merino. It's just
So-
100% wool.
Okay, so it may or may not be merino. It feels like merino.
Yeah. There you
So-
go. Then your typical kind of twisted,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful plied yarn.
Right.
So how many plies is it? Did you unply?
I
Mary's the
did-
one who unplies things.
She unplies things.
I'm sad Mary can't be here. She's got Wednesday things that she does. Okay, so this,
looks like it's.
is it a 4-ply?
Yeah, it looks like it's a 4-ply. Maybe
3-ply.
3. 1, 2. I can't. I'm trying to get it apart.
So this is a 3-ply
1, 2,
yarn,
yeah, 1, 2,
which is
3, yes.
really nice. So a 3-ply yarn, as you know, is very round. So it's round, and that means that it has really great stitch definition. So that's super exciting about that. So there's Unity worsted, which is 100% wool, and then there's Harmony DK, which is
That's
obviously
that's
a DK.
and that's the 50-50, right?
Is it 50-50?
Yeah, it's 50-50.
50-50.
Of the. See, I need to put those glasses
Wool
on.
and alpaca.
Oh,
50-50 wool and alpaca.
Right. So, and it feels really, really nice.
Yeah,
it
it's that
really
alpaca.
does. It's that alpaca, I guess, that does that. So, but it feels really, it works nicely on your needles.
Yeah, so I like that very much. And then there is Trinity, which is so yummy. So this is 49% Super Baby Alpaca, 39% Mulberry Silk, and 12% Cashmere, which is quite a lot of cashmere when you remember that the calculations for percentages are done by weight and that cashmere is so very light. So 12% cashmere is a decent amount, right? Isn't that yummy?
It does feel good, right?
Feels very yummy.
Yeah.
What should we start with? What should we start with? What do you want to hear about first? Tell me in the chat.
Anybody?
I remember the names because Unity has just 1 fiber, Harmony has 2 fibers, and Trinity has 3 fibers, which I'm sure is how they named it.
I'm sure.
But we each swatched it. Okay, so Susie says, all right, question. Hey, Ellen, is it superwash or non-superwash? Non-superwash. Yay. That is a big
Non-superwash.
plus for me. Like, that is a
Yeah.
big plus. This to me is like your basic. I mean, I consider this a nice basic yarn.
Yes.
And I'm excited about carrying it, like all the colors, all the yarns, all the colors. So non-superwash, which has all of its wonderful characteristics that go with it, which means it blooms a little more, it pills less. Everything's going to pill to some extent if you wear it, right? It's going to, but it's going to pill less, and it's better with the blocking. So, okay, DK. They want to hear about the DK.
Okay.
Because that's everybody's favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
Okay, so we both swatched this.
Yes.
I swatched, is this the one I swatched?
Yes.
Okay, so I swatched mine, as I always do, on 3 different needle sizes. Mine is nice and neat and blocked. Ha ha.
It's because I did this today.
Oh,
I
okay.
just finished this before coming down here.
You
right?
rock. Yours is
So-
bigger too. Look at
Well,
that.
I also, I mean, it says on the label that suitable for 5 through 7, I believe, is what it says. U.S. 5 through 7, right? And 21 to 24 stitches per 4 inches.
So
right?
21, I mean, that's a nice DK, you know, because that you can sort of get a nice drape in your fabric.
So when I was doing this, what I like to do is if I'm going to swatch something, I'm going to go down a needle size
Below what they
below
recommend.
what they recommend just to see what it looks like. And so I started out with a 4 on mine. And
How
then
did you like that? So how did you
I
like
actually
the 4?
think it looks really good. It's
Oh, yeah.
it is. It's very, very nice. We were trying to do something.
I have this lousy
That's-
camera
it
that's
didn't
not,
work.
it's
You
not
know,
happy with me.
It's
so
not working.
I
to
might give
try
it
and,
another
you know,
try. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. No bueno.
No bueno.
No bueno. Okay.
It's,
Sorry.
It's basically saying not tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not having it. But it's a nice firm fabric, isn't it?
It's a very nice fabric, right?
On the 4.
On the 4, and then I went to the 5, you know, and it was interesting. I mean, I went to the 5, and then I went to the 6, and then I went to the 7, and I'm thinking to myself, a lot of worsted weight patterns are, you know, call for a size 7 needle, and I thought, I'm liking this, and I wonder what it would be like at an 8.
Yes.
So
Have
I
to
went
know.
ahead and I did it on an 8 as well, and I always hold my swatches up to the light so I can see, you know, how much light is coming through. And even though there's a fair amount of light coming through this, I think it's a very nice fabric, and I would seriously consider using this on something that called for a worsted weight yarn. Right? So I was really, you know, the fact that it's the, you know, 50-50 blend, it just feels really, really soft.
Right.
Yeah, so,
And you know, the fact that it is a non-superwash, it's got so much alpaca, this is unblocked. If you were to block that, give that a steam block, I think the fibers would bloom out,
Yeah.
and you'd have
Oh,
a very,
absolutely.
very wearable,
yep.
very wearable. Okay, Rita asked for what weight is Trinity? Okay, so Trinity is one of those super fine yarns, okay? It's very fine. It feels a little bit like some of your kid silk mohair kind of things, but there is no mohair in it. And their gauge gives you the very unhelpful range of 18 to 25. And they, yeah, 18 stitches to 25 stitches over 4 inches. But this is a yarn that that is also a nice carry along. We'll talk about that when we get here because Mary did a beautiful swatch of it. Question is colors. Yeah, isn't that blue pretty? Yeah, the blue is
the blue is
beautiful.
lovely.
So I pulled all the colors,
Okay.
and they start
We want to do
here.
here.
Yeah,
Okay.
they start here.
Okay. So
So right.
mulberry. Oh, mulberry. Got to hold it up. I keep
Yeah,
forgetting.
this,
you know.
this is a very pretty
mulberry.
kind of a purpley. Yeah, very nice.
Okay. This is called driftwood.
A cool brown.
Cool brown, very cool,
Cool.
brown, you know. Yeah. This is aloe. Right? That's a very pretty green.
Yeah,
Right? It's
that's
soft.
wearable
It's a very
green.
soft green. Cinnamon. Yeah.
You know, this is not in my palette, but I like it.
Yeah.
Not so much this one.
Honeycomb. Yeah. Neither Ellen nor I go for the yellow colors very much.
But
right?
it's a nice.
But it's a nice.
tone.
It's a golden kind of, you know, not yellow, but you know, it's a nice tone.
This is, see, let's compare the two.
let's do,
So
right.
this is cinnamon,
Right.
and this is honeycomb. So you can see they'd be nice kind of in
They
a
would.
garment
In
together.
a garment. Mhm.
Yeah, really pretty.
Okay. And we have turquoise. Okay.
That's
It's very light turquoise, you know, bright turquoise. Let's
yeah.
put it
It's
that way.
not teal.
Not teal.
I think it's a very blue turquoise. I think of turquoise typically as a little greener than that, but
What does that say? Oh, dragon fruit. Why do I not know that? Because I'm not real familiar. I don't think I've
never
ever
had a
I
dragon
don't think I've ever eaten dragon fruit.
oh,
Right.
the yellow dragon fruit's delicious.
Okay.
So that's sort of a this. I don't know about. Tell me in your screen. This is coming out warm on my screen, and it might just be that my screen is crummy. This is a really pretty kind of pinky red.
Yeah,
This is
it
definitely
has a
in-
little coral to it, you know.
but
in
it's
there.
still cool, don't you think?
Oh yeah. It's
Would you wear
it's
this?
Yes, I would wear that.
Yeah. If Ginny will wear it, you know it's cool. She does not wear warm tones
Right.
at all, ever.
Okay. Evergreen, right?
That's really pretty.
Mhm.
Not to be confused
Fused
with bristlecone.
Bristlecone,
Can you see the difference here? So this is
the dark.
bristlecone is the darker,
Right.
and this is evergreen, which I think is really pretty. Which one of those do you like better?
I like that one.
You do like-
I like the evergreen better.
Yeah.
It's you know it's
It's more emeraldy.
yes it's brighter.
Yeah, this is a
I
more
like
emerald
the
color.
brighter ones.
Yeah, I like that
So-
too. Oh,
and then we have
two
a couple of
beautiful
very
purples.
pretty purples
Look at
coming up,
those.
right?
So, did anybody see the reel I did on purple? That anybody can wear purple, right? So this is wisteria, which is a warm purple, and this is huckleberry, which is a much cooler purple. Do you see the difference there? Which of those would you wear?
Actually, I like them both, but probably I would go with this one.
Isn't that funny? I would definitely go with this one.
Yeah.
That would be pretty on you.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then we have this color that is really just a pop. I don't know that anybody's going to make a sweater out of this. I don't know. Mandy made a sweater.
Mandy would probably do that.
And it would
yes.
be beautiful on her. This is called daffodil. But, you know, you really need this in the palette. You know, you need a yellow that sort of sparks it. So if you were doing color work, I think this would be beautiful for color work.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, and then we got some kind of
Oh, oh my
neutral.
goodness,
Yeah,
look at all these. I
Don't
forgot
forget.
about these.
Don't forget. I mean, there's
Sorry.
the blue that the swatches were done in. Yes, you know. This is called deep sea, right?
Deep sea. That's the color that we swatched.
That's the color we swatched. Yes,
It is, isn't it?
it is.
Okay. Yes.
And then
Wow.
yeah, deep sea. And then there are these,
Ginny colors.
my favorites, right? The grays, you know, I like to do gray. This is called limestone
Ash.
and ash, right?
See, now
So-
I think this would be pretty. Like, not in this proportion, but like these two with just a hint of that yellow. I think that would be nice. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. All right. So those are the colors of Harmony.
DK.
yes,
Right.
Harmony DK.
So, all of
Okay.
which are lovely.
Yes. You know, there might be other colors. I bought they were having kind of a package deal. You buy the whatever that they'd put together, and it's just a nice way to bring in a cohesive palette. But I'm thinking I will definitely bring in the entire line because I think this is going to be really, really nice. It's the kind of yarn that when you're just looking for basic, and the price point, I can't even remember what the price point is, but it's 100 grams and it's really reasonable. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's affordable. It's, I guess, more approachable for sweater quantity, you know, especially if you're doing like a guy sweater and you need 10 skeins.
Right.
For a big guy. Okay, did you order pink? Okay, so the pink is in the Unity.
Pink.
There's a pink in the, very pink in the Unity.
Very pink.
Yes. Got to have the pink, honey. Yes. You know that. I'm getting hot. This is my, I was cold earlier.
She's wearing her, yeah. We're both, it's interesting that we're both wearing pink.
Yes,
Your pink is pale pink and my pink is bright pink.
quite so. Both of them cool colors. Yes. Now, would you wear that?
Probably not.
It's too pale, right?
It's too pale, right. I like brighter colors.
Yeah,
right.
I would wear that for
Right.
sure. This is a Rita pink.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
almost the same color
Almost,
as
yeah, it's close to that, yes. but but this is the Unity, the worsted weight.
Right.
Yeah, so
And we swatched that too.
yes, here, again in the blues.
Yeah,
right?
that's what they sent us, is
Because
blue.
that's what they sent us was the blues. And again, I mean, Ellen's is very nicely blocked.
I had a
Mine
long
is
time to
not.
do it. I
It's not.
swatched this like months ago.
Okay, and I swatched this yesterday.
Yeah, I swatched this months ago. So I think I cast on, I was looking at this. I think I cast on 22 stitches because I started right with the 6. And for the DK at 22, I think it's perfect. I mean, I think that's a beautiful fabric. And then I went up. I like to think when I'm swatching these, not in terms of what needle size, but what gauge I'm getting.
Okay, yeah.
Right? For me,
Well,
that works for me.
Well, I just wanted to try the various needle sizes and then find out what the gauge is. And I
Oh.
haven't even checked to see what the gauge is on all of these sizes because I just,
Okay.
did the swatches at the various needle sizes. And again, I went, a size needle below than what was recommended on the label. I did not go one up because it said 7 through 9, and I thought the 9.
This is an 8, though.
No, this is a 7, 8, 9. This is a 6.
You said, is it the Unity worsted or the
worsted.
Oh, okay.
This
yeah.
is the Unity
I'm
worsted.
back on that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, that one. Yeah, no, this is.
We're done with that, Ellen. Move on.
The worsted recommends a needle 7 through 9. So,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it was a long time ago. So I cast on 20, and I got 20 stitches, 4 inches on a 7. And that's kind of their,
right.
you think
okay.
about worsted. I mean, I sort of think of 20 stitches.
Yeah,
In the United States, a lot of people think 18.
Well, it depends on the yarn. I mean, and the needle.
Yeah.
I always
This
it
is
could be
18.
18 to 20. Sometimes it's 16 if it's a heavier yarn, more closer to an Aran weight. So,
Yeah.
But I think about generally being on a 7 or an 8 when I'm doing a worsted weight yarn. So anyway, so this is
What did you think about the smaller gauge on that?
Actually, I thought it worked well. It's not stiff.
This is the tighter one.
That's the tighter one.
What do you want, a 6
A
here?
6.
Uh-huh.
Yes, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So, and again, I mean,
So
depending
you
on
can see that
you can see.
you can see a little light, but it's definitely, you wouldn't be arrested for
No,
wearing
you wouldn't be
this.
arrested for wearing it. Right?
Yeah, and again, if you block that, it
We
would
block it
would
out. It's
open
gonna
up.
it's gonna open. It's gonna be different. Look
We-
a little different.
We do this way so that if you come in the shop and you're like, would this yarn work for this pattern? We can show you, okay, this is this yarn, knit at the gauge in the pattern that you're considering it for. And then you get to decide, yeah, I like that fabric, or no, I don't want that fabric. I want a firmer or a drapier fabric.
Right. And I put my little pearl line. The pearl line in there indicates the size of the needle. So
All right.
that's because I'm old and I can't remember.
Stop. I can't remember either. All right, Sandy asked, how would that drape if used for the Susan shell? Okay, so if you were going to do the Susan shell, which is 20, I would probably use the DK for the Susan shell. What would you?
Except I'm not going to wear it as a summer sweater. It's going to be a
Oh.
vest. It's a.
You probably wouldn't cut it in as much either.
Alpaca and wool. I'm not going to be doing that in the summertime. So.
But Sandy lives in Maine.
True, but even so, no, unless you're going to wear it after sunset, Sandy. Or you're out on the rocks on the beach, right?
Right. So this yarn is not like some of the merinos that you've seen, like Italian merino with a real high twist. Some companies refer to that as a cool wool. It's very, very smooth, and you can wear that all season. They call it all seasons wool,
yeah,
like a tropical weight with that very tight ply. This is not that.
Yeah,
So this definitely feels a little more
like
woolly, don't
like
you
woolly.
think?
Yeah, like wool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I see this in, you know, with it being a 3-ply, I see this in cables,
Yes.
right? Yes, Ginny's favorite.
Well, I think one of the things that Ellen had said to me, she said, well, why don't you think about some patterns that you'd like to make with these things? And my husband, whom some of you have met, had asked me recently if I would make another vest for him. And he likes cable patterns in the vest. So I was kind of, scrolling through some things. And when I was doing this one, I'm thinking, hey, this would really work nicely with a cable, cable pattern.
Right.
So.
And when you think about it, the fact that the price point is the way it is, and I wish I had priced it before I came on, but anyway, oh, it's on the website.
It's on the website.
It's on the website. Yeah, it's all on the website. So the price is there. You know how cables eat yarn, so you need so much of it.
Yes.
And that can really
more.
start to add up when you're looking at a yarn that's, really pricey. So,
should we show them all the different colors?
yes, we should show them the colors.
Okay.
I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, so
you've seen the pink.
You saw the pink. Okay, this is called petal.
Love that.
Love that. Okay. And then we'll go to the absolute opposite side. And this is onyx.
Onyx. This is a nice black.
It is a black. It's a very, very pretty black.
Chris Guy was
black,
in here.
If black can be pretty,
I think
and
it can absolutely
it can,
be beautiful.
right. So,
I love a black fabric. I like it when it's intense like that. It's really, it's not reflective.
right.
Okay.
And not only that,
It's your color.
and garnet.
Yeah, that's very pretty.
Okay, is that not beautiful together?
Looks like a checkerboard to me. I think of when I see those two together. I think of a checkerboard.
A checkerboard. Okay. Okay. This was what we swatched in. Again, I mean, this is called Thunderstorm, and we swatched. They sent us the blue for swatching.
Very pretty.
Right.
This is a nice cadet kind of
Yes,
blue
yeah,
color. This would be pretty in like a, one of those Breton sweaters like I want.
So then they have a darker blue. It's called indigo. So,
That's pretty.
which is very pretty. Okay. And then we can move down to greens. There's again, bristle cone, which is what they called the one over there, the bristle cone. Right?
They must have all the colors and all the yarn.
And this is called sage.
I like those.
Right.
I think that's a
Yeah.
pretty color.
So,
Can you wear this color?
Huh? Yeah, I can wear their color.
That's nice.
And then we move to, again, mulberry. Again, there was a mulberry in this one, so this is mulberry. So,
I'm pretty sure they have all the colors in both the yarns.
probably. And yes, no, this is chestnut. Did we have? No, we didn't. We did.
have cinnamon,
We had
which
cinnamon.
is
It
really
was
close.
It's very close, but not quite. There's chestnut. And then
Those three, pull those three together. I
These-
think I have
this
them on the
three.
shelf there. These
Okay,
three. I
okay.
think these are really pretty together.
so we got,
Like spice colors.
yeah. So yes, paprika and
Turmeric. And cinnamon.
Turmeric
Is
and
this
cinnamon.
Yeah.
No, chestnut. See, that's
Chestnut.
the cinnamon is in that one, but this is chestnut. So yeah, I mean those are kind of
Beautiful.
really, really pretty. I get my fingers out of the way so you can see the bottom parts of them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
And
That
then
would be nice in a stranded piece.
And here's my grays. We got
They're different.
graphite
Okay.
and granite.
So one of the things I notice in these colors is that the harmony has a little bit of a heathery effect.
Yes.
And I think that's because of the two fibers taking the dye differently.
Probably, yeah.
So that's really pretty.
And then the last here is called mushroom. This is kind of a like very pale
There's another
tan-ish color, right? So not quite an off-white, but oops, oh, okay. Well, I was wrong.
It fell
and
on
then
the floor.
And then there's natural. So yeah, okay. So you can see the difference between these.
Yeah.
Right? So,
This would be
very pretty.
This I like. This is very naughty. This is that whole Breton
The whole
sweater
Breton
thing.
sweater, yeah.
I've been
Yep.
threatening to knit for forever. Okay, so let's talk about this loveliness.
Yes.
Did you feel this?
When Mary had done it, yes. It really is. It's lovely. It's lovely. So, I mean, you can just...
Really, really pretty.
pretty. Feels... Yeah.
It's very, very cozy.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make a lovely accessory. And the thing that's nice is that these colors all come, the yarns all come in the same colors. And we had Melanie Berg here, and she was knitting a garment that she's designed in these yarns, and she was carrying
She's carrying
the
this.
Trinity with the Harmony.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
And she's doing color work, so she had pretty
Because
pinks.
she's carrying the two together.
Correct. This Trinity with the Harmony.
With the harmony,
Yeah.
yeah. She was carrying them together.
Yeah.
So,
This is so light and lovely. Now, I think you might have to wear something under this, or you would get arrested. Maybe not anymore, especially on the red carpet. The more you show, the better.
the more
they
you
like
show, the
it.
better. Right? Depends on what it is you have to show.
This is so pretty. Mary, if you are, she may not be on, I don't know. I would love to know what it was like to knit with this, because this was the one Mary immediately gravitated toward because
Right.
it's so such an
So
accessory
puffy.
kind of yarn. But this would also be pretty in a garment. This is for people who love the look of those mohairs, but maybe don't like the feel of it against their skin. This is soft.
It's very soft.
It's not itchy at all.
It's not itchy, no. So,
Are you sensitive to the mohair?
yes.
Does this
I
itch
am.
you?
No. Mm-mm. No.
Yeah.
So I do sort of scratch at myself when I'm wearing mohair. Not a good thing to do. But,
Yeah. Okay, so those are the colors. Can you
Okay.
pull those?
so let's go. Okay, so Mary did.
This one is called Heather.
The heather. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the heather.
We'll show it real close.
Okay.
This is a heather.
Okay.
And again, this is warmer than it's showing up on my screen.
Yeah.
So I think it's beautiful.
We have brick,
Which is a warm red.
a warm red that look a little orangey on there.
Yeah, it's not as orange as it's showing up on the
no,
camera.
it's certainly it's redder than what's showing up there.
Yeah, this is pretty close to
Yes.
this one, which are both cool reds. These would be pretty together, wouldn't they?
Yes, they would. This is peony, which
that
is an
with it.
off.
Yeah.
With the petal.
Yes.
Right?
Perfect.
See, the petal is looking a little lilac next to that, but it isn't really.
No,
But,
they would work nicely
They would
together.
like
You
that.
could definitely hold
Right,
those
okay.
two colors together.
And this is called pearl.
So this to me looks very, very slightly purple. Just really pale, purpley white. It's like you got one drop of purple food coloring in your white buttercream icing. Right?
Okay. Right. Okay. And this is called glacier. Is that what that says? I should put my glasses back on again.
Glacier.
Glacier.
So this is that icy blue. This would be pretty on you. Can you wear this color?
Yeah, probably.
You can wear icy colors. Yeah, that's really pretty.
And then this is ocean.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
This is my favorite color of blue. Beautiful.
And then we move on to aurora.
Oh, if you are a teal lover, this is your color. This is a beautiful color. Wow. Wonder why they called it aurora. This is the color of aurora is like dawn.
Right. But I can smell the aurora. We just had all of that aurora borealis stuff.
Did you see it?
I did not. I'm not awake at that time.
Would you have stayed up for it?
Oh.
Really? You wouldn't stay up for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see the aurora borealis from your own home?
The only time I did something like that was when there was Halley's Comet came through, and we were in St. Thomas, and we actually set the clock for like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, we were at this resort area and, you know, with a bunch of condos. And we all said that, you know, we're talking on the beach, like, okay, we're all going to get up, you know. And we did. We all were staggering out there to watch Halley's Comet come through. So
That wasn't like a
it was
thing
rather disappointing.
You remember the biggest disappointment? Do you remember Cahutek? Cahutek? That was in like the 70s. It never was a thing, right? It wasn't awesome. Okay, what's that?
This is walnut.
This is definitely what I would call a drab color. I mean, and drab in a good way. You know, sometimes you need that sort of tone to sort of, it would go, ooh, it's not so drab with that. That would be really pretty. Cool brown, but pale. I love mixing colors. Can you tell that's my thing? Ooh, look at that.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
What?
This is the white is jasmine,
Yes,
okay? And then the black is raven,
yes.
and this is coal.
Those are pretty.
So yeah, there we go. My colors.
Plus that one.
We did that one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I just threw
Okay.
that one back.
Oh.
That was the one that we decided would go with
Look
that.
at this. This is Ginny in a box. You know, this is you in a
I'm
box.
wearing pink tonight.
Okay, well, we'll put this with it. This is me. I would wear that. Actually, I would wear this. There's Ellen in a box.
Oh, yeah. But,
Let's see, Sandy. Susie said she had the same thought, like, right? Okay. What? I'm with you, Ginny. I was deep asleep when that happened past summer. Okay, so you guys, Bill and I got up to see the meteor shower. It's in November, the Leonides or Leonides. I don't know how to say it.
You know, yeah, whatever it was.
It's late in the night in November, and
really know.
I'll tell you what, it's cold and it's dark, but I was up there. I want to see the shooting stars.
Shooting stars. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I pulled some patterns that I thought would be fun to see. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let me put this up there and restore. Okay. Hang on. Okay, how is this going to work exactly? Oh, they're going to take a minute. I should have brought them up before. Okay, so I pulled some patterns that I liked that are just taking a minute, so hang on. Sorry. We'll just talk until they come up. Okay, there's...
We can do that.
We can do that. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
There you go.
All right. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Come on now. I don't have my two screens here. I thought about bringing the other monitor up. No, it is not showing. Okay, we'll just remove that. And we'll try this. Anyway, I did have some fun things to show you, so let's see if I can't get this to work. I want to share the whole window. That. Yes. Okay. All right, you guys can see that, right? Yes. All right, so I think this one is beautiful. Tell me what you think. Do you like this one? This has got those cables, and I thought this was really, really nice. It's got some twisted stitches there at the bottom, and then the cables sit proud, and I thought this would be so pretty with that you know, with that.
The
this
harmony.
color, the harmony, yeah. Anyway, I thought that was really nice. Okay, we have a question here. Let's see. Is that ocean color like periwinkle? No, the ocean color is like a dusty blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ocean is here. The ocean is dusty blue. Yes, and of course you like the red, Donna. Okay, let's see. Ellen, can you suggest a 4 or 5 color mix for a sea glass cardigan with a deep gray main color? Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's see, 4 or 5 color mix. Sea glass. So isn't sea glass in a fingering weight? I thought sea glass was in a fingering weight. Are you thinking about that in the Trinity? That would be pretty. All right, yes, we'll pull some of those. Ginny, pull some colors while I go through this. So anyway, do you like this pullover? I think this is pretty. This is a top down. I like it because it's got those cables, and I love me a square neck. And the name of that one, is Girl on Fire. So I think that's really pretty. I thought this was pretty. This is Marie Wallen. She used to design for Rowan. Now she has her own thing. Look how pretty that is in the worsted. Wouldn't that be pretty? You like that?
I want something a little.
Full screen. Okay, anyway, I think that's really cute. And what else? Meh, that one's okay, but I don't love it. This little magnolia hat, if you just wanted to try out the yarn, this would be so cute, and this would be really fun. This is the same stitch pattern from the magnolia sweater, and that I think that would be really cute. That's the worsted. I think it would probably take like 1 skein. I thought that was pretty. And I don't know what it is about this. I love it. Do you like that cardigan?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty.
I love this cardigan, and that would be really pretty if you did the worsted plus the, not the worsted, the
DK.
harmony DK plus the Trinity.
Oh, yeah.
That would give it such a nice feel, and it would be the right gauge, right? So pretty. All right. Okay, Ginny's got something for you, Debbie.
Well,
Oh, you think it looks bridal? Yeah, maybe it does a little bit. Yep, you wouldn't have to do it in that white. Okay, so Ginny's got this. So 4 or 5 color mix for the sea glass.
you're asking me, you know, you're probably going to end up with some gray in there someplace.
Well, gray, she wants gray for her main color.
Or made for that.
Deep gray for the main color.
There's, you know, the two, you know, kind of the purpley, pinky stuff, you know. I purposely didn't put up the red since we showed the red earlier.
I think there are more colors
I
of
think-
this that I'll end up, but this would also, if you didn't want to
Right.
go with the purple pink,
You could do
yeah,
those.
you could do
Right.
this sort of tealy
Or tealy
version,
eyes, right.
which would be pretty.
Right. So,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
I think that would be nice. Yep, and if you didn't want this,
That, you
could
could
go
do-
with these 3. If you
that's
wanted
right.
it
It's
softer,
Mhm.
yeah, you could go with those 3.
Yep.
So it really just depends on, you know, what colors you want
Right.
as your pop with the deep gray.
Right.
You know, lots and lots of options. So I think that's fun. Gray and lavender. Yeah, gray and lavender is really pretty, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Okay, let's see what else I have here that I liked. I don't actually. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, let me bring us up. We can have a look here. Okay, so this is Melanie Berg. I thought that would be fun, you know, in the DK with the different colors.
With the different colors.
Right?
That'll work.
And you see how you've got all the colors that would kind of
Yeah.
work there together? And that one is called Cold Sunlight, and that's at a worsted gauge. So you would want to use at 20 stitches to the inch, you could use either one depending on
Right.
what, you know, what feel you wanted for that. All right, this one, I always bring this up. I think this is such a pretty look, you know, because it's short rows and it's kind of fun and it's striped but not, kind of reminds me of a tiger,
Yeah. Okay.
you know.
I can see that.
Would you wear that?
The neck is a little too much for me.
Well, you wouldn't have to do that neck.
Yeah.
Do you like the stripes?
I do like the stripes.
Yeah. Ooh, daffodil in black. That would be pretty, wouldn't it? Mm.
Yeah.
Very, very dramatic. Yeah. Okay. I thought this was gorgeous. This is in a worsted weight. This is a beautiful wintry kind of thing. It's called Comset. Is that a place? Seems like that would be a place in New England or something. Yeah. Look how pretty that is with that cable there. That would be so nice in the Unity. Yeah, I like that. And, oh gosh, do you remember when Mary Jo made this for her daughter?
Oh, yes.
Such a
pretty.
beautiful,
That was a pretty one, yes.
right? And that would be just beautiful in that soft, this is a DK, so I can see this in that, any of these sort of soft neutrals,
Yep.
right? And I think any of these would be, like if you look, where are we? Okay. Any of these, right, would be pretty in that one. And, okay, so let's go back. So that is spring leaf. This is knitted in the round, top down kind of thing, you know, all one piece. It might be bottom up even, I can't remember. But it's definitely all in one piece. I say that. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's got that European.
That European shoulder thing. Yeah.
Let's have a look. It should tell us. Bottom up. Seamed. Huh. Bottom up and seamed. Worked flat. Okay, I like it even better. Okay, I don't know what that is. Yes, look at that. Wouldn't that be so cute?
Okay.
And we all know this is a petite
I was
knits.
gonna say,
Yes,
that's
I
got to
know.
be a petite knits.
Yeah,
That
'cause I
looks like
think
a
that's
petite
her.
knits. I think so, yeah.
She's adorable, isn't she? Yeah, so. I thought this was cute. This is Anka Strick. This is sort of like her big love, you know, which I haven't ever knit, but I keep threatening to. And then I thought this was cute. I want to knit something by this designer because she has that German construction, and I know that you know, that's a set-in sleeve effect, and I think that would be very fun to explore. And I think this would be, as a jacket, it would be beautiful in the Unity. Do you like it?
Yeah. That was, yeah, it's very interesting. I wasn't looking at cardigans or jackets today.
You were looking at guy things, right?
I was looking at guy things and some just general pullover type style.
Did you save them any place? Do you want to tell me the
I did
names?
not save them, but I did write down.
Okay.
if you
Old
want.
school, writing
Old
down.
school, writing
Okay.
down, yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah, I said to Ellen earlier this week, my tech skills are sadly lacking.
That's okay.
Okay, something called, from Lisa Richardson, called Gotland, Gotland. Gotland.
Oh yeah, that's pretty, isn't it?
It's just it's a simple, you know, pullover, bottom up, seamed, but it has some interesting stitch work down at the bottom and stuff. So, you know, very classic.
Yes. Pretty horse. Pretty horse. Yeah, that's really cute. Look at those boots. Dang, I like those. Okay, what else?
And then Nora Gone, she did something called Gina, Gina, which is a lot of stuff on it, which would be an interesting exercise.
Oh, yeah. That is beautiful.
So again, I thought, I like the shaping of it, right? And it's basically, I think it's the stitch patterns that are, really creating that shaping at the hips, right?
Yes.
So I just thought that was kind of cool looking.
I can see you wearing that. Yeah, that would be beautiful.
This
is an oldie.
Yeah, probably.
And it's a free pattern.
Yeah, I mean, it was from when she was with Barocco, I think.
Yep. And that was before 2010.
Right. So, but
Yeah. That's lovely,
But
Jane.
I have some favorite designers that if I'm gonna go look for.
Who else you got? I love that. That's
Well, those are only two specifics.
Okay.
But like I would go for just about anything that Kim Hargraves does and Louisa Harding, and Amy Herzog. I think the Amy Herzog stuff that we did so much with the custom fits, they're basics that we can work with and alter to how you want them to
Yeah.
be. So
I think your point is excellent about the cables on that.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
think
It would be fun to knit.
I think it would be a lot of fun to knit.
She has, Nora Gahn has a book called Knitting Nature. I think it's out of
Yes.
print now, but
Yeah,
I have a
it.
copy of
I
it.
have a copy of
Do
it
you?
too. Yes,
Oh,
I
I
do.
love it. I think that's got so many pretty things in it. But yeah, so any thoughts on this? Any questions that we can answer? Those are just a few ideas, but it's such a beautiful basic yarn, Great stitch definition, great yardage, affordable, and it's got a great story. I don't want to tell too much about it, but it definitely is one of those yarns that came about from Laura's desire to be sustainable. So it's about avoiding waste.
Right.
What did you see on the
Well, I mean, there's a reason it's called Citizen.
Okay.
So, but I won't talk about it because I'm sure she will talk about it next
Can you talk
week.
about it a little bit?
Well, that we're good citizens of the world.
I like that.
That's one of the things that's on there is that you are a good citizen, and we talk so much about how much goes to landfills and how
Yes.
much goes into the oceans and destroys our land and our water and in essence our bodies, the plastics, that sort of stuff. So we need to be better citizens, and so this was one of the things for her of being a better citizen.
I love that.
Yeah.
She's such a nice person.
I think did I meet her at H&H one time? I know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So that's one of the reasons, I guess, that it's not a superwash, because superwash is so full of microplastics.
Yes.
Yeah. So we do our part, What is the fiber content again? Okay, so the fiber content for the Unity is 100% wool. For the Harmony,
It's 50 wool and 50 alpaca.
and for the Trinity, we're looking at
That's kind of weird. It's like 39.
Yeah,
and 13 wool.
49% super baby alpaca, 39% mulberry silk, and 12% cashmere. And that mulberry silk, I'm sure, is the core, right? So when you have a fine silk blend yarn like this, you're typically going to have silk at the core for strength, because the other two fibers are brushed, plied around it and then brushed up. So that gives you a soft texture on the yarn, but also strength at the core, and a little bit of sheen.
And I will say again, both of these yarns, given that I was kind of rushing through trying to do the swatching on both of them, they
Such
both
a taskmaster.
yeah. Oh, my boss. But they really feel good in your hand.
Yes.
They move on the needles well.
What needles did you use to swatch?
I used a variety of needles. I had some Chaogu that I was using. I had some the Addy
Rocket
squares, right, that I was using. Probably those two. I mean, because I didn't. I went hunting for the different sizes. I have far too many odds and ends on needles. I had to go hunt you know, surely I have a size 4 somewhere, right?
Surely you do.
And yes, I did, right? I just had to find it. But at any rate, so I was pulling needles from various places, you know, to do the different sizes. So they weren't all done on the same manufacturer needle. They were, you know, a variety of needles. But you know, anyway, they all felt really good, and I was very pleased with the yarns.
I thought so too. Now, you and I hold our yarn differently.
Yes.
And as I've said in the past, the way the yarn is plied and the way you knit are going together to govern whether you think that a yarn is splitty. Okay, you've heard that term.
Right.
So when the yarn tends to kind of come unplied as you knit it, that's not a flaw in the yarn so much as it is a relationship to how the yarn is plied. So if the yarn has got multiple plies, chances are it is an S twist, which means that if you carry your yarn in your left hand, you might find it splitty. So I personally would not find it splitty because I carry my yarn in my right hand, and it's going to put the more twist in it as I knit. You would, carrying it in your left hand, would untwist. Did you find it untwisting and splitting?
I did not find this to be, you know, untwisting on me.
Good.
So yeah, I did not find it to be an issue at all. Some yarns I do find it that way, but these two, I had no problems with them.
Good.
So,
Good. All right, how many yards in each? Okay. So the Harmony
it has
DK
like 200,
has
240, something like that.
230 yards.
230.
The
Okay.
Trinity has, I should know, the 247 yards.
And this, I think, is like 210, 17. Does that say it's 217?
211.
211.
211
Don't
yards.
have my glasses on.
I do. I can see.
I keep throwing my glasses into
So
the-
211 yards, 230, and 247, which is a nice yardage for a yarn like this. If you are familiar at all with the Rowan yarn that's discontinued, Cashmere Haze, it reminds me a lot of this. This reminds me of Cashmere Haze, and I might look up some of the Rowan patterns that are designed for that yarn. Really pretty. I think it would be beautiful in that. So, would being left-handed make a difference? Okay, when you say left-handed, I'm assuming that you are talking only about where you carry your yarn, right, Betty? You don't actually knit from your from your right needle to your left needle, do you? That would be truly like left-handed or backwards. Or if you just carry your yarn in your left hand. So it doesn't matter what you do with your yarn once it's, you know, in your left hand. It's where is the yarn that you're carrying. So the motion of the wrapping puts the ply this way. The motion of the wrapping with the yarn in your left hand plies at the opposite.
Because Mary carries in her left hand as well. So
yeah,
but, you know,
and she would have the same thing.
yeah.
And you know, there's no right or wrong, right? We're all of us different. We all carry our yarn differently.
Right. Everybody, you know, I keep saying, you watch people at a table all knitting, and it's all going to be a little bit different,
Right.
of where they put their needles and how they hold their yarn. And
You know,
how
come
they
to
wrap
think
it.
of it, I'm the only one on the team that knits with the yarn in my right hand. Oh, wait. How does Nicole?
Nicole knits with the right hand.
Oh, phew. Yeah, I'm starting to feel so alone. Okay, so Betty says yes. Yes, you knit from so all of the stitches on your right needle and your left needle is inserted into that fabric that way, and then as you work, you transfer your stitches from the full right needle to the empty left needle.
And do you have to read your patterns backwards?
Yes, do you have to read your patterns backwards?
Yeah, I've only known a couple of people who were true left-handed knitters, and they had to rewrite the patterns.
Right. Yeah, and mostly people can see that. when they do that. They know that, and they've been
Right.
working it a good bit. So, all right. Well, thank you guys for being here and for sharing our excitement over this new yarn. I'm pretty jazzed about it.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to do something
Yes.
with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can make that happen.
We'll make it happen. Yes.
Betty says no, she does not knit backwards. She just carries her yarn in her left hand,
Okay. you
which
just-
is
okay,
great.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I did.
They're
have some-
both fine anyway.
I had somebody many years ago when I was first working here who came in who was left-handed and wanted to learn how to knit, and I said, I'm going to do you a favor and force you to learn how to knit right-handed.
Well, you know what I always tell people? There's no left-handed piano.
Right.
There's no left-handed keyboard.
Right.
You are using both hands,
right.
regardless of what they're
Right,
doing.
what
They're
they're doing,
both
yeah.
doing something.
Well,
right?
I did see her about 5 years later, and I said, how's it going? And she said, thank you.
She suddenly
I felt
realized.
validated.
Isn't that nice?
This poor woman, I'd forced her to do this.
Yeah. But did you teach her to knit with her yarn in her left hand?
I think, yes, her yarn was in her left hand for her tension purposes, but she was working with her right hand at putting the needle into the stitches right-handed.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of gave her some confidence that, that she was holding the yarn over here.
Right. So she had a left hand engaged.
And her left hand was engaged.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Well, thank you for being here with me. It's always
Thanks for
fun.
asking me.
Yeah, it's
right?
always fun to have you.
So I just come bopping in, and then
All good. I'm happy with that. But you swatched all that stuff.
But I
You
swatched. I
probably worked your little fingers to the bone.
Oh yes, I mean they're so tired. Right?
Are they blistered? You poor dear. Yes. It is still a right-handed world. I understand.
Particularly in knitting. Oh
Yeah,
yes, I
it
mean
is.
you think the way the patterns are written, it's a right-handed world.
Yeah, it is a right-handed world. And scissors and all of the other things, so I feel for you. But it's okay. All right, so the yarn is live on the site. It's there. If you love it and you want it, you can get it. Ginny called me today and she goes, did you see? Did you know that they're not carrying the Unity anymore? And I'm like, what? And I'm all panicked. And I reached out to Laura and she goes, no. In fact, it all sold out, so we don't have any more available. So if you like it and you want it, the Unity is back ordered for a while. So,
But we have some.
we have some. We have lots and lots. So yes. All right. So we will see you next week when we have Laura Zander and we will hear her story and the backstory for the generation of this beautiful yarn. All right. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Bye everybody.
Okay. Yay.